Hi, I'm Lila, and I research social anxiety disorder and if there's a correlation between social anxiety and a lack of close friendships. Okay, so the reason I chose this topic is because I know a lot of people with it and I've seen how prevalent it is in our society. I know it's different for everyone, but I'm curious how social anxiety affects friendships. When talking to people with social anxiety, they often said they overthink some of their relationships, which can cause them a lot of stress. I'm curious how that stress affects friendships and how we choose friendships based on that. Social anxiety disorder is fear and anxiety in everyday life that interferes with relationships, daily routines, school, work, and other activities. There is fear of being judged and that people will look down on you or think poorly of you, fear of embarrassing yourself, fear of talking to strangers, fear of people noticing your anxiety, and fear during social situations. Social anxiety disorder also includes avoidance of social situations that might make you speak in front of others or potentially embarrass yourself. So, this constant fear of failure can cause a huge toll on yourself and your relationships. Aristotle actually said that humans are fundamentally social creatures, and a social creature and a fear of socializing and judgment don't go very well together. Relationships and friendships bring people joy, and that's why we reach out to people, for the joy that we feel from the relationships and also the connections that we get out of them. Many societies actually use ostracism as a form of punishment. Ostracism is like separation from groups and relationships, but people with social anxiety disorder don't need a society to ostracize them because their own brains are basically doing it for them. People with and without social anxiety actually view their friendships differently. In one study, researchers asked friends with and without social anxiety disorder how they felt about their friendships. The people with social anxiety disorder pretty consistently said that they felt they were not living up to their friends' expectations or that they were failing as a friend. They thought that the other friend was doing a great job and that their friendship was suffering because of their own fault. But the people without social anxiety disorder in the friendships actually thought their friendships were pretty great. They thought that their friend with social anxiety disorder was a great friend, and while they may overthink things, their friendship was really worth their time. With a good friendship comes self-esteem, which helps us find new friends. But without that first friendship, people with social anxiety disorder lack that little bit of self-esteem to help them open up to a new person. And a lack of relationships is actually a lack of social support that can cause a lot of stress. People with social anxiety disorder also view people as more critical or hostile, causing a lack of trust in a relationship. They don't realize or acknowledge the support people are trying to give them. Social anxiety disorder makes it hard to view others as benevolent or having good intentions, which makes that distrust makes it even harder for them to make friends. So, what can you do to help? Let's talk first about how you can help a friend with social anxiety disorder. So, the first thing to note is that social anxiety disorder is like super irrational. So a rational response to their anxiety will not help at all. So you should try to work with their emotions, like accept their anxiousness and be patient. Saying things like, I understand why you may feel that way, but this is just your anxiety and it isn't real, can be super reassuring. Try not to have the person focus on why they're anxious and instead ask them how they're feeling and let them list their symptoms. Distraction techniques are some of the best ways to help somebody with a social anxiety disorder. You can suggest taking a walk, reading a book, or playing a brain game. Remember to be super patient with a person and never snap at them. And the last suggestion is to be funny. Laughter is the best medicine and it truly helps in these situations. Okay, let's talk a little bit about how you can help yourself if you have social anxiety disorder. Breathing exercises are really great for when you're having anxiety, really any type of anxiety. You can sit down in a comfortable position, put one hand on your stomach and the other on your chest. Breathe in 4 seconds through the nose, hold for 2 seconds, and then exhale through the mouth for 6 seconds, and then repeat that. Also, prepare for social situations. This one is super helpful. So if you know that you're going to have to talk to somebody one-on-one, either like at school or outside of school, it can be super helpful to think of some like topics that you want to bring up, that you want to talk about, so that you aren't sitting in silence and getting into your head too much. Also, try and take the focus off of you if you feel like you're getting in your head. So try and focus on your surroundings and the conversations so that you can get out of your head, and also act interested because people really appreciate that. Try and push away your negative thoughts. You can do this by writing down your negative thoughts and then writing down a positive thought that challenges it. But there's also a bunch of ways that you can challenge them if you look up ideas for that. And then the last one is to see a therapist or psychologist. This is so important. A licensed professional can give you much better tips on how to help yourself and give you more personal tips too. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and before you go, don't forget to fill out the quick form and have a great day. Thank you.